What's up, warriors? Welcome back to Courage to Conquer. It is your boy De Niro checking in. So I want to continue the conversation that I was having in part one of Insecure. This is part two. Let's jump right into it because it can be long. It may end up being a part three. So last conversation, I was saying how my insecurity with losing my hair, I had to just own it. I've had insecurity for a while. It just became heightened with my illness. My insecurity started back in high school. As I told you all before in a previous video, my senior year in high school, I went completely blind in my left eye. And due to that, my lazy eye became more predominant. And so it's something that I've had to struggle with. And some people are like, oh, it is not that serious. For me, it is. It's like even right now doing this video, my lazy eye is doing its thing. Taking photos. You learn how to position yourself so, you don't do the lazy eye or don't have the lazy eye in the photo. And it just becomes so much. I learned how to get over it with just gathering up my confidence and being very confident and having high self-esteem. Currently, right now, I don't have a lot of confidence and my self-esteem is low, so confidence is non-existent right now and my self-esteem is very low. And it's hard to say that, but at the same time, I need to say that to get it out. For some watching this, that may be difficult to hear, to comprehend, or even understand. And that's just due to the fact that those who know me all my life, I know I look good. Like I'm a prince, I'm a king. I've had very high confidence, but I've had to have very high confidence, especially high school and thereafter, because I had the lazy eye, so I needed to compensate for that. Now, please don't get it twisted or get it wrong. I've never thought that I am better than anybody in any way. But I developed this high self-esteem and high confidence because I was told by people that I didn't look right because I had the lazy eye or because my eye was scarred. So I developed higher confidence because of my mother, my family, my support system, and my village telling me that I was handsome, I was beautiful. It doesn't matter. That's only one aspect of you and it's not that bad. You really can't even tell. So being told this and it being reinforced by family, friends, people in my village, when I go out, I was cool. Until one day, I think I had to be, I'm going to say it was like my college years. So I had to be like 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there, maybe 21. And I remember I was at a store. I don't want to name the store. I mean, it was a pharmacy. I was at the pharmacy, and a little girl was there with her mom. And you know how kids are. Kids are innocent and they just speak their mind. And I will never forget, this little girl looked at me, and when she looked at me in disgust, and then she went, ugh. And then she went to her mommy, that guy's ugly. And that hurt me so bad. Because I know children are innocent and they speak their mind, they speak the truth. And it just it really, yeah, that was a blow for me. But again, had my village. So my village was able to give me that push, so my self-esteem and confidence didn't deflate. And I think what's so funny is because at the time, I remember at the time it happened, and like I said, it was a blow to my it was a blow to my self-esteem for sure. But someone that same day had told me that I was really handsome. I mean, I get it all the time from like my mom and my aunt. But it was somebody else who told me that. So that kind of built me back up, and I was able to push through. Like, okay, cool. At this point right now, on this roller coaster journey that I'm on, I'm at that place again where I don't have confidence or self-esteem. My confidence is not there anymore, and my self-esteem for sure is not there anymore. Part of that comes from society, because we praise looks so much. We talk about people on social media so much from their looks. And I'll be honest about it, I've done it. Because you see the picture and you're like, whoa, but you don't know what that person is going through. They don't have any hair, they have patches of hair. You don't know if that person has just went through 8 rounds of chemo, or they have alopecia. You just don't know. And beauty is so much more than someone's outer appearance. But unfortunately, because it's plastered all over social media and TV and billboards, beauty is so emphasized by looks. That's what we go by. Males, you want a female, what is it, 34, you know the measurements, but you want them to have chest, hips, a butt. You want them to have nice long hair, the makeup put on or not put on. We've become such a society where it's all about beauty. I mean, and vice versa. Ladies, you want a guy who has pecs and a 6-pack or an 8-pack. You want him to have calf muscles. You want him to have biceps. And that's what you want, but it's so much more to a person. And I never thought in a million years that my confidence and self-esteem would be low. But at this point in the game with this illness, it is. The other part of that, why my confidence and self-esteem are like that, again, it's my looks. This illness is changing my body. These medications are changing my body. And it's not only is it a physical journey, it's an emotional journey, it's a spiritual journey, and it's hard. It is really, really, really hard. You have to really look at yourself. And that's what I've been doing. Like, I really have been looking at me and trying to get a better understanding of me and go back to that high confidence, high self-esteem. But right now, all I can see are my imperfections. And don't get me wrong, I know as you get older, your body changes, but those changes are totally different than changes from an illness and from medications that you're on or treatments that you have to do. I've seen my body go places I never thought. I remember before I became ill, I wanted to gain weight. Prior to me being diagnosed with cancer, I was 160 pounds. I shot all the way up to 235 pounds. That's almost a totally new person. And physically, your body changes. Now, I didn't look like I was 235. A lot of people didn't even know that I was 235 unless I told them. But my breathing changed. I was short of breath. It was hard for me to go upstairs. It's still hard for me to go upstairs now. I still get shortness of breath. You know, it was more weight being put on my muscles and my bones. So you have to deal with that. And I remember because I had gained so much weight, then the doctor said, hey, you know, go to the gym. So I was happy because I can go to the gym now. You know, it was just, you know, make sure that you wipe things down. So I was doing that. Great, cool. I'm starting to shape, take form again. Then I get sick, can't go to the gym. And it's hard. It's really, 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 really hard. And then emotionally, it's hard because I was raised to be very independent, self-sufficient, where I want to work. I like to work. I love my career. I love HR. But I can't right now. Because one, it's a stressful field, or it can be a stressful field, and I can't have high stress. I can't be around a lot of people because of germs. You know, and let me sidetrack real quick. If you see someone with a mask on, it's not necessarily that they're sick. You are probably more dangerous to them than they are to you. Because I get a lot of people looking at me when I have my mask on. Like, ooh, What do you have? I have cancer. Okay? Your germs that your body is fighting off got you. But I have a low immune system. So I gotta protect myself. I'm sorry, I just had to go to that little rant because that irritates me. Well, back on track. It just takes so much out of you. And no one asks us to be sick. No one wants to get sick. But you try to make do. I had to come to the realization that, one, I was depressed. I think my mom kind of knew it, and I think some of my family kind of knew it. But no one can get you out of that but you. That's like now with my confidence and my self-esteem. You know, I talked to my brother and talked to some friends, talked to my best friend. And again, I think my best friend, it caught him off guard because I am so high confidence, and I think it caught my brother off guard too. But my brother was like, hey, me and your sister-in-law, we can come, you know, and we can talk to you, and I love them for that. I love my support system for that because they are always champion and be right there. But some things a person has to figure out for themselves. And this is one of those things. I have to figure out how to get my self-esteem and my confidence back. Now, normally, to get my confidence back, I just send me to work. Hey, I'll be right back in there. Or self-esteem, it would be, more working on my appearance. I am slowly but surely coming back. I had some weeks where I wasn't grooming. I was washing myself, but I wasn't grooming. Like I wasn't cutting my hair, wasn't brushing my hair. And I think that worries some people. But as I always say, you have to acknowledge the moment, but not live in the moment. And so I'm coming out of that moment. Starting to groom myself more again and get into the routine and that habit. I can say one of the things that crippled my self-esteem was the whole dating aspect. I'm in my 40s. I'm sorry, I'm not in my 40s. I'm soon to be 40. And, I want that life, So you start, having conversations that can lead to dates. And during those conversations, you mention that you have cancer. Guess what? People say it's okay, then they run away. They don't want anything to do with it. Now, I'm not saying that you have to talk to somebody who has cancer because everybody can't deal with that, and I get that and I understand that. But what you have to do is, if you've told someone that's okay, I don't mind that, then you don't just stop talking to them. Because what happens is, now you've gotten into that person's psyche, and now I'm thinking, okay, like, is this what it's gonna be like? So now, like, I did the flip of that because I'm like, okay, let me use it as a tool. So now that's one of the first things I say. Yes, I have cancer. If you can't deal with it, hey, that's fine, that's cool, great. No worries. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I get it. Everybody can't deal with this. You can't? All right, bet. Cool. Let's see where this go. And just because you are now in that person's life, you don't necessarily have to go to appointments with them or sit next to them while they having chemo or they in the house. Like, you can just call to check up on them. It's still a normal dating procedure. You just know this little bit of information. That's all it is. You don't have to make a big deal about it or any of that. And trust me, the person with the illness doesn't want you to make a big deal. Because I tell you, I don't want you to make a big deal about it. This is what I have. I just want to let you know. Bam, boom. Sometimes I may not be able to get up and get out, but now you know why. Or if we're up and we're out, I may not be able to do every single thing, but you put forth an effort, so I'm going to participate, kind of thing. So I am really trying to get back to me. And like I told you all in the first video, having an illness, it's a roller coaster. This is a physical, emotional, and spiritual roller coaster. I have to meditate because my mind will go places. You know, you go to the doctor's office, the doctor tells you doomsday scenario because they want you to know worst case scenario. So you have to always be in a zen place. So that's where I'm gonna stop it at right now. A couple of things I do want you to do. I want you to go down to the bottom section and comment. I want you to share this video. I want you to subscribe. It's the little red button at the top. All that good stuff. Get this out. I'm being very vulnerable and very transparent. I'm not doing it for the fanfare. I'm doing it, one, because this is therapeutic for me, but also because I want to help somebody else. Again, make sure if you're dealing with anything, bullying, illness, anything, that you have a support system. You have a village, family, friends. If you don't, reach out to me. As I've stated before, I would love to be a part of your support system. I love everybody. I love you all. We all are warriors. See you next video.